What's up, everybody? It's that Marine Police guy, and this will be my first video focused on this channel. So if you're watching this video, this is my first one. I will definitely start upgrading the way I do my videos, but if you're just now tuning in, thank you. Now, for the first one I want to talk about is the U.S. Postal Police and U.S. Postal Inspectors. I have been looking at joining the U.S. Postal Inspector Agency, and that is because I am graduating in cybersecurity in December. So I have been looking at this, and they do have a hiring portal starting out to be accepting applications August 29th. With that being said, I want to talk about it. I want to explain to you all the differences because I just haven't seen a lot of videos or any, basically really anything about the U.S. Postal Inspection Service alongside the United States Postal Police. Now, because of that, I'll be talking about it. So first off, let's talk about the Postal Police. And if you don't know, then I'm going to explain to you how I want to try to do things. And I want to talk about federal agencies, and I want to talk about military things as well, and just keep growing my channel from there. So I do have another channel called Everything Track. If you want to follow that as well, if you like track and field content, I do have that channel. But with that being said, let's start off with the Postal Police. So for anybody who's trying to get into either or, let's go ahead and see what the Postal Police officers do. And as it says right here, they are a crucial part of the inspection service team stationed in postal facilities across the nation. They stand on the front lines in the fight to protect postal employees, customers, and property. So first of all, if you are a postal police officer, you thinking about being a postal police officer or a postal inspector, then you might want to look into this right here. And I have also been looking into these. I believe it's Cornell. I can't remember. Here you go. So these are some laws. I will look into these because I'm pretty sure you will be studying these. And Cornell University postal laws. And let's see what we got here. I'll be looking into these as well. Cornell Law School, they also have postal service laws. So if you're thinking about doing any of these two agencies, the Postal Police and the Postal Inspectors, I would go to Cornell Law School, and I would go to USPS manual and go into their about page and find federal laws applicable to postal uniform bargaining unit, postal police officers, and non-bargaining supervisory and managerial postal police personnel. Basically, the postal police officer operations are under administrative control of the USPS, the law enforcement security arms of the Postal Police Service. So basically, you're going to be protecting the buildings of the USPS and the people that work there, which would be the staff, right? In connection with property owned, occupied, or controlled by the Postal Service, enforces Postal Service regulations and applicable federal laws to the protection of persons and property consistent with statutory and regulatory authority, and ensures safety and security of personnel, customers, property, and mail. And your duties is going to be the same as any other police officer, right? You have to carry your firearm. If something happens, you have to make a report. You have to patrol any property that's owned by USPS. There's an emergency just in case somebody has a seizure or tornadoes or anything like that. You have to deal with that. Somebody's trying to rob the facility, you have to deal with that. Property access control, just make sure that you are patrolling the area to make sure that nothing is being messed with from people that don't belong in the USPS area, right? You will conduct enforcement, same as any other police officer would. You write citations for violations for people that violate regulations. And you will make sure that the place that you are policing is a safe place for workers. You will also arrest anybody, and you will give testimonies in court. You should prevent crime. You will do threat reports, fact finding, active shooter response, and that is how you will respond to an active shooter if the incident was occurred, and other tasks. Now for salary and benefits. Now, I do think this is low, and again, this is for Postal Police. I do think this is pretty low. but the range is $46,982 to $78,189. If you are an internal applicant, which means somebody who's already working for the USPS, you will be in this range. But if you're somebody that's brand new, fresh out of the academy, then you will start at $46,982. Now, with that being said, I have already went to the GS tables, and as far as I'm concerned, locality pay is not seen anywhere for the postal police. Now, postal inspector is a different story, but postal police, I don't see it. But you will be able to get health insurance, dental, vision insurance, life insurance, long-term care, the TSP, Social Security, Medicare, leave, etc. You also get a uniform allowance, and you get retirement benefits. So you'll be in the FERS system. If you are a state police officer, you know about the PERS system. So just think about the federal version, right? What do you expect to do at your job, right? First of all, you should expect to do what any other law enforcement officer should do, right? And that is make sure that you are protecting the area. Make sure you're arresting people that are a threat to your job, place, sector, and things of that nature. And it says it right here, job expectations. You may be called upon as well to de-escalate a situation, and you might be called on off hours just in case something happens, like hazardous events such as the weather, tornado, hurricane. Never know. Where do you go for your training? Now that's what people want to know. So as a postal inspector, is a 12-week in residence training. Basically, in residence means you'll be staying there. Training program located at the W.F. Bolger Center for Leadership Development in Pontiac, Maryland. So you'll be going to Maryland, and the academy is 12 weeks. So once you get done, you will go in the FTO phase. Your FTO phase will be 180 calendar days. That's 4 months, and you shall hopefully pass. But if you ever get sick or something, your probationary period will be extended by 1 work day for each work day. The PPO, which is probationary period, is absent from work due to illness, injury, or other causes. Now, what happens if you fail? Well, if you fail, then you'll be terminated from the Postal Service. Now, the postal police application is currently closed, and that's what you got. So again, you can join. You don't need a degree, just to let you all know that. Now, postal inspectors, different situation. For each academy class, we have the honor of choosing an elite group of men and women to join us as postal inspectors. These men and women are evaluated of the knowledge, skills, and abilities, communication, personal responsibility, problem solving, decision making, and leadership. And again, their application is currently closed, but it will be opening August 29th. And again, if you're watching this year, this is 2024. So how do you apply? You will apply when you can either apply on the USPIS careers page, or usually from what I've seen, you can just wait until it opens, and then it'll have like a little button right here to click. So are you eligible to apply? I don't know. Are you? You must be willing to relocate. They will have field offices around the United States. Have a DL, driver's license, write and speak English clearly, be in good physical condition. By the way, if you want to become a police officer or go into the military, make sure you're in good physical condition. And by good physical condition, the main thing that should be your priority is running. Just being honest. You should be able to run a mile. If you're a man between the ages of 21 and 26, you should be able to run that 1.5 miles in 9 to, I'll say, 11:30 to 12 minutes. That's a good time that you should be expecting, because right now I'm 200 pounds and I can run my 1.5 miles under 11 minutes, like usually 10-40 minutes, right? So there's not really an excuse, because you really don't have a choice. But you need to be 21 at the time of application and less than 37 years of age, have a 4-year degree. So yes, to be a postal inspector, you need a 4-year degree, you need a bachelor's degree. You can't have any felony or domestic violence convictions. And hearing requirements right here, vision requirements. You can always pause the screen if you want. Drug policy. I mean, this is kind of simple. You should know that they're going to be drug free, and you can't be using any illegal drugs or substances. Do you have the right skills and qualifications? So if you want to get looked at while you're going to the academy, these are what they're looking at. Language skills, people that can speak more than one language. Postal experience, somebody who's already worked for USPS. Academic achievement, somebody who graduated with their bachelor's with a 3.0 or above, or their advanced degree as well, which consists of the master's degree to PhD. Or you're somebody who has specialized experience like myself, already law enforcement and military, and you will be looked at more as somebody who's also specialized in computer expertise or certification in computer systems, auditing, and investigation. Also as myself, with my degree, I have an associate degree in computer network technology, and I will have my bachelor's in cybersecurity. So what are the steps in the application process? You will first do an application, then you do an exam, and then you do the ECAP. Again, you can pause when you want. You will do a questionnaire after that, then information exchange, then you will do another exam. If you said that you can speak more than one language, you will do the language exam. But if you didn't, then you won't have to worry about that. Then you will go to the assessment center, which is also Pontiac, Maryland, to evaluate your knowledge, skills, abilities, and access your physical condition through the PFT. Then you'll do your polygraph. Guys, if you're nervous, I'm gonna let you know right now, the polygraph doesn't base itself off of you being nervous. It doesn't. That's all I'm going to tell you. Then you have your management interview, which means you'll be interviewed by people that are kind of high ranking in the postal inspector service. And then after that, if they like you, you will be in the selection pool where you will be in there for a period of up to 2 years. That doesn't mean that you have to wait 2 years. It's just letting you know that you can be in the pool consideration for 2 years. So what are the steps of applying? They will do a conditional employment offer, background investigation, then a medical drug test. Then you'll get your final employment offer. At that point, if you accept it, you'll be going to a 16-week residential program held in Pontiac, Maryland, which is your basic training. And then once you pass that, you will be newly appointed postal inspector. You report to your assigned duty station. So how are they trained? Same as any other police officer, academically, firearms, physically, and you would do practical exercises that will hopefully not, but you could deal with them in real life. So what are the benefits? Insurance, additional benefits, retirement, compensation, and leave. Again, you can pause whenever you want, and you can read it on your own. Now, since you see it doesn't show pay, right? So this is the last thing I'm finna show you all. If you want to look up the pay, don't worry, I already did it for you. I went to their Instagram page, and yes, they do have a U.S. Postal Instagram page. And I asked them on their they posted a post about them hiring, and I asked them about what you will get paid getting out of the Postal Inspector Academy, and they said that you will be a GS10. Now, there's a catch though, but I'm going to show you what a GS10 gets paid coming off. And again, for the ones, if you're not familiar with the military or how federal employees work, you don't stay at GS10, which is their grade. It's like the military. It's going to keep going up and up the more years, and you'll keep going up from GS10, 11, and 12. And the more years you stay in, so you're not just at you won't be at GS10 for 5 years. In 5 years, you'll hopefully be at GS12 or GS13, and you'll be at the second step, because each step, as you see on the screen, each step is 4 years. Now, a GS10 starts at $56,528. So again, we saw the Postal Police was $46,000. Well, almost 47. We'll say 47. And the Postal Inspector is 56 and a half. But the thing is about Postal Inspectors, if you're a Postal Inspector, you also get locality pay. And locality pay, they do have their certain areas, but we're just going to do the rest of United States and go from there. So with locality pay, you will be, because you get it right, It's added on, same as if you're a military officer, you by default get BAH, which is this is basically the same thing. So you will start at $66,000. So that's what you actually start at, $66,000 as a postal inspector. So that's a $20,000 difference from a postal police officer to a postal inspector right off the gate. So in my opinion, if I were you, I'll become a police officer in your area. While you are a police officer in your area, if you didn't finish school, I would finish school and get some general knowledge of how to be a police officer in your surrounding area. And then once you get that 4-year degree, then I would try to go federal, so that way you can build yourself up. Because again, you don't stay a grade 10, all right? You keep going up until you can't anymore. And you can see what you get at grade 15. That's the goal. But with that being said, that's all I got for you all. I just want to do this video and show you all the difference between a postal inspector and a postal police officer. If you have any more agencies or even military, I'll do some videos on the military. I'm also going to do some videos on me going to OCS. Yes, I do plan on going to OCS, and I will talk about that. So make sure you subscribe. I will get better at making these videos more quickly. I want to be kind of like general discharge and work for myself from there. So with that being said, I'm going to see y'all later. All right, peace.